Here's your First Warn Weather Forecast First, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, the winds of change have really come in for us this afternoon. Those blustery northwesterly winds will eventually ease, but we've got a sustained wind from the west and northwest, 15 to 20, even up to 25 miles per hour, holding our temperatures for most of us in the 20s. Compare that to the 70s we were at yesterday afternoon. 29 now in Rockford, Freeport, 26 in Monroe. You've got wind chill numbers that are down in the teens. Our dew point temperatures are in the single digits, so it's very, very dry out there. Lots of sunshine, and that'll pave the way for a mostly clear sky for tonight, allowing our temperatures as our winds ease up to drop down into the teens. Won't be quite as windy, but it will be a cold and start, I should say, and maybe some patchy frost to be found. We do have a warm up as the winds shift back around to the south. We'll look at that warm up and our next chance for rain coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Lawmakers meeting on the Capitol discussing a worker shortage in the prison system. What federal detention center members say about senators pushing back talks of pay cuts. Plus a state line animal shelter working to make room for some new pets. The pups up for adoption and how you could add a furry friend to your family looking for that forever home. And a new proposal in Springfield would change licenses all across the state when we may be able to stop carrying it in our wallets.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Well, good evening, everybody. At 5 o'clock here, I'm David Greenberg. We begin tonight with a Mount Morris man now behind bars after reportedly beating two senior citizens, sending both to the hospital. Malachi Voigt is charged with attempted murder, aggravated domestic battery, and aggravated battery to a senior citizen. According to police records, sheriff's deputies, they were called to the Mount Morris Estates trailer for an altercation. Voigt was transported to the hospital for treatment and has since been released to the Ogle County Jail. Well, the head of the U.S. Bureau of Prisons testifies before a Senate committee on problems with staffing within the prison system. Ahead of that hearing, U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth promised her support for union workers at Thompson Federal Prison. Union members, they have reportedly been angry about staffing levels and having their retention bonuses taken away. Duckworth led that push for those bonuses a couple years ago. Union leaders says they appreciate the support and hope the senators on the committee push for answers.
Director Peters is just failing to respond to these members of Congress when they're asking for critical data on staffing. And we've been saying it from day one. When she said she wanted to pull the retention at Thompson, we're like, we let her know, like, hey, this is a hard to fill location. The state of Illinois couldn't open the prison here because of staffing. And, you know, like, we're not paying attention to history. It's just a decision. She's like, hey, let's just cut the pay at Thompson.
Senator Duckworth says she's also working closely with the Illinois delegation to address those ongoing concerns. All right, we're looking ahead to March here. College basketball fans, as well as those maybe with no knowledge of the sport, they're getting into the madness of the month. Winnebago County Animal Shelter hoping to find some dogs a new home with their mutt madness. Our Drea Barone stopped by the shelter today. Drea, what are the numbers like at the shelter right now?
David, the past few days, the Winnebago County Animal Shelter had over 35 dogs come in, so right now they're at capacity. Mutt Madness is all about making room for those new pups and finding forever homes for the dogs who have been there for a while. I got to meet one of those dogs today. His name's Eeyore, and he's all ready to get his new family.
So there's dogs like Eeyore here who were surrendered due to a reason. We were able to get in touch with their owners, and he lived with a dog in the home and a cat and was really a well-mannered guy, so he's just looking for a family. So it's great that we have some dogs too that you may know a good history on, or we can let you know that history.
All of the dogs part of Mutt Madness are spayed or neutered and ready to go home right away. Adoption fees are down to $50, but they do encourage having your adoption application pre-approved before going over to meet the dogs. You can find that paperwork in this story on our website, mystateline.com. David?
Drea, thank you. Many people across northern Illinois now picking up the pieces today after last night's severe weather. This video here coming from a farm along Route 6 near Henry County where a confirmed tornado touched down. The storm damaging metal buildings on the farm, including an equipment shed. A deputy saying this area looks to be the center of the worst of that sustained damage. The property owner describing what it was like riding out the storm from a building.
They're coming in, and all of a sudden it got deathly quiet, and then all of a sudden it really just started picking up, and we got the noise, and we started got underneath the thing, and then we heard the biggest commotion, and it was from the back, our back building beginning tore off and hitting the building we were riding it out in, and then we stayed in there for a few minutes, and then it kind of calmed down. We come out and goes, oh boy.
And a machine shed also significantly damaged in the storm. The family saying they believe all their livestock does seem to be okay after as well. So good news on that front. New studies now show one of our commonly used kitchen appliances could be increasing our chances of developing asthma and other breathing problems. Researchers from Purdue University say we could be exposed to more toxic particles from gas stoves after examining the emissions during several experiments. A study revealing people cooking indoors on a gas stove could be breathing in 10 to 100 times more of these small particles than they would from cars if they were standing on the side of the road.
Gas stoves have been linked to increased prevalence of asthma in children and respiratory diseases in adults. But in all studies on gas stoves, they've been missing these very small nanoparticles, and we think they're very important and may be a contributor to some of these adverse health outcomes. We know that many Americans do not use their kitchen hood when they cook on a gas stove, so turning on your hood, a very effective strategy to reduce your exposure to these very small nanoparticles.
An interesting study there. Some engineering experts also advocating for automatic hoods to be installed over those stoves in the future. Around Illinois right now, Governor Pritzker is pouring some cold water on reports the Bears and White Sox may try teaming up to lobby lawmakers for a new stadium. Crain's Chicago Business reports that legislators in Springfield are advising the Bears and Sox to work together on a single stadium proposal. President of the state Senate says lawmakers would rather deal with one possible bill instead of two. The governor has been skeptical of public stadium pitches and says that he's not seen anything yet to change his mind.
It's all the same issue. I think it's organizing it together seems to make some sense if they can do that. I mean, these are different businesses that will be in different locations, so I'm not exactly sure how that will work. I know that what do they have in common? They're looking for taxpayer dollars.
Well, Crain's also reports officials from the White Sox and the McCaskey family, who own the Bears, have had an initial meeting. They have not put together a formal proposal just yet. White Sox, they want a new stadium in the South Loop. The Bears, they're eyeing a new stadium on the lakefront adjacent to Soldier Field. A new proposal in the Capitol would eliminate the physical copy of our driver's license. Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias wants to give drivers the option of a digital version. Drivers would then have the option for both, but choose which one to carry. Giannoulias is teaming up with lawmakers to file a bill to get that done. The bill's sponsor, Representative Cam Buckner, says it would be a convenient choice for people in the state.
Folks who feel comfortable with the paper hard copies, plastic hard copies, they can continue to use those as well. So this is not forcing technology on anybody.
Giannoulias actually wanted to pitch this idea last year, according to Buckner, but they waited to make sure the state had the proper cybersecurity systems in place to make that work. If passed, that law would go into effect next year. The longest-serving Senate leader in history now giving up his role. Up next, his decision to step away, leaving a void in Congress, and when that position will be held for a vote. Plus, coming up at 6, a local education center for adults now one step closer to opening. How Goodwill says their programs will help people working towards achieving a livable wage.
It has been a lot cooler out there this afternoon as temperatures today stayed in the upper 20s, low 30s compared to the record high of 78 we had yesterday. But those numbers, they will warm by the time we get into the weekend. We just got to get through another chilly night tonight, a little less wind. Detailing that coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
Well, some big news out of Washington right now. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says he is stepping down his leadership position. He's held that post for nearly 2 decades. Our Raquel Martin has more.
It's time for the next generation of leadership. Wednesday, Senator Mitch McConnell announced he's stepping down as the Senate Republican leader at the end of the year.
To serve Kentucky in the Senate has been the honor of my life. To lead my Republican colleagues has been the highest privilege.
The 82-year-old has served as a Senate leader longer than anyone else in history.
Never could have imagined that happening when I arrived here in 1984 at 42.
The news traveled quickly from the Senate floor to the White House. President Joe Biden spoke highly of his former Senate colleague and characterized their decades-long relationship as an honest one. Shortly after McConnell's speech, Maine Republican Senator Susan Collins praised McConnell for showing leadership.
For stepping forward when it wasn't popular.
McConnell's popularity recently sunk among Republicans after he worked with Democrats to pass a compromise bill to send aid to Ukraine without addressing the border.
That said, I believe more strongly than ever that America's global leadership is essential.
We need leadership that is going to prioritize the American people.
Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley says he's happy to see the Republican leader go.
My only question is, why wait so long? We need new leadership now.
I'm not going anywhere.
McConnell says he will remain in the Senate until his term is up in 2027 and will work with his party to elect a new leader in November. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Well, temperatures, they hung around the 30-degree mark for much of the day. After the break, Candace telling us about a bit of a warm-up on the horizon, especially this weekend.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it looks and feels a lot different out there compared to what it was just 24 hours ago. That chill really settling in across much of the Midwest and the Great Lakes as temperatures have dropped back through the 20s. Now, we did manage to make it into the low 30s this afternoon, but that was coming off of a high of 78 yesterday, down to 18 degrees this morning. That's a drop of 60 degrees. We've got the chill that really settles in as most of us now sitting in the 20s. You've got the teens up to the north. High pressure just off to our west will allow our temperatures tonight to drop back into the low teens most likely. Thankfully, we won't have the wind like what we had late last night and throughout the day today, so that'll ease up a little on that wind chill factor, but our wind chills have been stuck in the teens for much of this afternoon. We're at 29 in Rockford, 28 in Freeport, feels like 16. You've got a wind chill of 17 in Sterling, 16 is what it feels like in Rochelle, with the temperature now checking in at 28. We've been rather gusty too, not quite as strong as what some of those wind gusts were, say, several hours ago, but still winds at around 30 miles per hour. As that high pressure system settles in, though, that wind speed will begin to lighten up. We'll have about a 5 to maybe 10 mile per hour breeze tonight, and that could push again wind chill values close to 0 for tomorrow. But look at the temperature difference from this time yesterday to where we are right now. That's a change of 35 to 45 degrees in that 24-hour span. So big changes, but we've also got big changes back in the upward direction by the end of the week and for the weekend. 29 for our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa, had a trace of snow. Look at that dew point temperature, 9. So a lot of dry air too coming in behind that cold front and with that high pressure system. The wind on the westerly side here this evening. Now, as I mentioned, our wind speeds will lighten up as high pressure builds in, and you'll notice that wind again tomorrow beginning to shift a little more to the south. Tomorrow it does get windy though. As we get on the back side of that high pressure system, our southwesterly wind will pick up. Winds will be gusting tomorrow afternoon close to about 30, maybe pushing 35, especially off to the west, so across northwest Illinois. So temperatures do rise tomorrow back into the 40s, but with the wind it may feel just a little bit on the cooler side. We've got sunshine that'll take us into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We may see a little more cloud cover going into the day on Friday. Friday will be another breezy one too. Again, southwesterly wind at about 25, maybe up to 30 miles per hour. And then that wind will pick up a little further going into the weekend. So bottom line, we've got a few windy days coming up. Storm system passing to the east. This area across Michigan yesterday dealing with severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. Now they've got lake effect snow throughout the day as that cold air comes right in over Lake Michigan. But high pressure building in will keep our skies fairly clear. Now a lot of the storms reports coming in here. A lot of hail, funnel cloud, tornado reports. Had a few hail reports too with the severe thunderstorm warning in Winnebago County. This is kind of a recap and look at what we had yesterday. National Weather Service has been out doing a lot of damage surveys from those storms. They did confirm 3 EF0 tornadoes, one down in Lee County, Compton, another one just north of Waterman there in DeKalb County, and then from Hinckley to Big Rock from the DeKalb-Kane County line. All of those EF0s, path, length, wind speed, all yet to be determined, but quite a February we had. Clear skies out there for us tonight. Temperatures tomorrow up around 45, back up close to 50 on Friday. We've got some 70s moving in. Another cold front will bring the numbers down just a little by next week.
All right, Candace, thanks. Yeah, we got spoiled. Nice to see a 70 there, though, this weekend. Scott's in next with sports. We're talking high school boys basketball action. Which teams competing, trying to keep their season alive? And the latest on Aquinn's attempt to co-op with Orangeville for girls basketball.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
4 state line boys basketball teams will try to extend their seasons tonight, one in each class, as they take the court for sectional semifinal action. In Class 4A at Rock Valley College, the Hononegah Indians will try for a 3rd straight upset in the postseason. They'll take on the McHenry Warriors. The winner will face Gurney Warren Friday night for the sectional championship. In Class 3A, another Nick 10 team will take the court. Belvedere North will play Canelan at the Canelan sectional. The winner will play Crystal Lake South Friday night. In Class 2A, the Byron Tigers will try to take another step in tournament play. They're going to face the Port Byron Riverdale Rams. The winner of that will play Princeton in Friday's championship game. And in Class 1A, the Pecatonic Indians will take the court for a sectional semifinal at River Ridge. They'll face another NUIC team, the Fulton Steamers. All the highlights of all 4 games tonight at 10. Aquinn's second attempt at forming a co-op in girls basketball with Orangeville has been denied again by the Northwestern Upstate Illini Conference. The Conference of Schools voted it down today, just as they did previously. The co-op was voted down despite the fact that the NUIC approved a co-op for the same 2 schools in boys basketball last September, and they play together this year. I'm told that the final vote count today was 13 votes for the co-op and 7 against it. Aquin and Orangeville needed 15 votes or 75% approval for the co-op to pass, so the co-op came up 2 votes short of happening. Aquin and Orangeville also currently co-op in football and softball in addition to boys basketball. Aquin administrators say they are in discussions with the IHSA about what recourse Aquin might have now. They say they are exhausting every avenue to find a way for their girls to play ball. Aquin is graduating 6 seniors from this year's team, and the Bulldogs might not have enough girls next season to field the team due to declining enrollment. Hey, the Cubs made it official last night. They do have that 3-year agreement with Cody Bellinger in place. Bellinger today was all smiles discussing that he will be wearing a Cubs uniform again and be reunited with his teammates.
Obviously, everyone knew how great of a time I had last year, and how just a great clubhouse that we had, and just the positive words that they were bringing this past off season was just great to hear, and obviously was super excited to get back here with them.
That's sports. We'll be right.
A lot of clear sky out there for us tonight. Temperatures down around 14, 45 tomorrow. Windy next couple of days, warming by the weekend.
Candace, thanks. World News Tonight's up next. We'll see you right back here at 6.